Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where once again we explore the newness of our life and how we can easily connect with one another and with the universe by just allowing ourselves to be that mystical being that we know we are. As we elevate above even the elevated platform of living that we've got so used to, we can now go further and enhance one another's life and the lives of everything and everyone in the universe by doing nothing but allowing it and seeing that since we've been doing it all our life, it is possible. The very mystery of how a young child is aware of the magic as soon as you give them a magic wand or fairy wings or a dress. That mystery is appearing in us more and more every day, such that we are totally positive we're majestic beings and we have capabilities that are not listed in the libraries of the world, but they are listed within each one of us. And none of them are comparable. Each gift is unique from each person. Each ability is unique. Each movement is unique. The tiny smile from every single person is totally unique. And for hundreds of years, they've been trying to read people's expressions. They forgot about the fact that they already knew, because of the language that we have in common, that language of the stars that bursts out and makes the hair stand up on every part of your body. That energetic burst that we send from one another just develops by itself in the excitement of a moment or in the recognition of something that appears from home, from your origin, a song, a movement, the slightest interaction with someone at a distance when you've never met them before, are all messages that you understand. I keep talking about the number of times you know that somebody's going to ring you, and you know who it is when the phone rings. Or if someone approaches your house, you know before they even drive in. And you haven't been taking a lot of notice of it in the past. But right now, that's another sense of the miracle of who we are. So let's go a little bit further and see how easy it is to actually generate that perfection that we talk about. It's a special day today, Father's Day. And to all the fathers and all those who wish fathers well, I would like to thank you on their behalf for such a perfect celebration. It's a celebration that is clean and pure, and it brings out in everyone the positive, the enhancement, the greatness. And every father is put up on a pedestal, as he should be, just like it is on Mother's Day. And you see how easy that is. As soon as somebody declares this is a special day, you can switch on the perfection of the life that you wish to live here on earth. It just doesn't contain any competition or comparison. It's just happy Father's Day with all our heart. That's how easy it is to project from the world of your origin into this world and change everybody's life for the better. It's the simplest form of respect for who and what is in front of you. And you didn't do it yourself. You allowed someone to declare this a special day. And then you found you fitted it beautifully. You love it. You love to be able to contact people that you normally wouldn't contact. You love to be able to celebrate the presence of other people. And now we sit in amongst one another's fields doing exactly the same thing and projecting ourselves to wherever in the world or outside the world, so that we continue to make a difference. We continue to elevate and harmonize and smile and put the crown of glory on everybody's head. With that said, you then say, well, what is it that I'm supposed to do in life? And the answer is celebrate. Celebrate your life. Celebrate everything in it. Because as you do, you complete another cycle of life. Celebrate your achievements and then watch them disappear into the past. As you're catapulted into nowhere, with nothing left but either a big dip or you've got to catch what just disappeared. But in the world of magic and miracles, you just fly in the face of everything and you wait and see what it brings. And it will bring something new every time. So we're going from the top of one wave to the top of the next, with no comparison and none of the previous wave following us. So as we act like little children and follow our spirit, in comes something new, another gift that we have for the world, another gift that your Creator has for you, a feeling of wonder, a feeling of satisfaction. A whole new way of life stands in front of you that you didn't even bother to call up, because in that random movement, you are following the totally simple path that you've been encouraged to follow since you were a child. The path of ease and grace that allows you to move freely and to encourage everyone else to do the same. So anytime you feel like you've been catapulted into nowhere, don't panic. That's the time when you tell yourself you can fly. And you fly to wherever you have to be. It may be in a physical sense, it may be in an internal sense. It may be just a sudden feeling of, oh my God, where am I? And as soon as you feel that, Just look forward, ahead, look forward, move ahead, and you watch. Something new will appear. It may be a person, it might be a phone call. It might be just a whole different feeling. But immediately you know it's correct because you recognize it, just like you recognize the beautiful song that comes out of somebody and makes the crowd jump to their feet and roar with approval. Because it comes with a signature that you understand and a language you understand. And the more you move towards that, the less you'll ever see of anything but that. So remember the little bit of mischief that changes everything in everyone's life. The tiny smile or a wink from the grandfather totally changes the grandchild and remains there for the rest of their lives. The power of a lady just sitting and watching everyone suddenly turns into a total healing for thousands of people. There's the magic. There's the friendly fly. So any disturbance is actually there to change a direction slightly, to create something, to bring a new light on everything in your life. And it takes less than that fraction of a second I talk about. It actually comes into light quicker than light. So as you settle into the ease of these next few days, realize they're totally new. Realize that everything about them is exciting. Every moment is trying to get away from you, so you have to catch it. Otherwise, you might miss something. The feeling of elation is one that has music. It's not constant. It waves in and out, changes direction, moves up and down, but it leads you. It leads you so clearly that even if you make a wrong step, you'll suddenly change direction again. Because the clarity comes in that form where you know beyond a doubt you're either elated or you feel unsteady. And if you feel unsteady, just change direction slightly. Snap your fingers, anything. Stomp your foot. It will change the direction you're going in. So being alive and bright and having that shining star glow from somewhere inside you and at the same time glow all around you is an art that comes so easily that a child, before they're born, can perform and appear around the mother. You stand in a room and you know when that child's going to be born because they tell you. You are invited into their world because you are one of the unique people who made room for that world, for the newly born, for the friend, for someone who has not been able to get their head above water. And you do it easily, without one effort at all, with that consistent following of celebration, so that you don't have to repeat anything. And you continue moving forward, even if you think you may have mucked up the last thing you did. In the next few seconds, it won't be here. And if it's presented back to you again, it won't be presented in the way it was originally. Because you've moved forward, you're in a new time zone. You're in a new state of being, where everything that's delivered to you is modified into that field, into your special needs that are way above anything that can be stated in the physical world. We listen to one another and we enjoy one another. We have conversations that take us in all sorts of directions. And the only time we're miserable is if we have a fixed subject that we have to talk about, that we have to discuss, that we have to work out. If it's random and it continues in its own path, all conversation is interesting and exciting, and all interaction is exactly the same. Because our flow enhances one another. And our particular flow will go in a totally different direction to someone else. But there'll be a place where they almost meet, where they affect one another and they light up. That special light within each one of us. Just like you fan the flame and off it goes. And that is all any of us need to maintain perfect health. To have that beautiful interaction that's not meaningful. It's just so good for you. And you're not trying to solve anything. You're just being like two old farmers sitting on the back bench, whittling away, saying a word every half hour. And they solve the problems of the world. Because it's done through magic and miracles. Through a transmission of calmness. And through taking everything in your stride and not trying to disturb anything. Letting it come and letting it go. Watching it. Having a small comment, a bit of a smile. Then cut another piece of wood. Mention it to your friend. That was a big one. And then it's over. And the world can exist in that manner because we've moved out of the fixed frame that we used to call our world. There's no fixed frame anymore. There's just the world of magic and miracles, the industry of magic and miracles, the life that takes off as soon as we start to talk about it, the ease with which we can help one another without any complications. And many of you Wonder how you get through some of the days. And if you didn't try to do something, you'll find you'll get through the days much easier, because you'll be led. You'll be led by your own spirit to follow that excitement, even in the middle of trouble. Even in a disaster, within each person, there's a place of calmness where they can reside while all the turmoil around them gradually dissipates. That place is bigger than where you live. That place that you go to so that the impossible becomes bearable is actually more capable than the space you're in each day. But you don't need to go there. It's part of you. You don't need to pull out of anything. You just allow it to all be here at once. And you do that by being that majestic being. And keep patting yourself on the back and celebrating how good you are. Allow one another to be over-enthusiastic about how magic and how beautiful they see you. And the flies will still continue to disturb you. But it doesn't matter, because you're too interested in everything else. We've got many, many, many days ahead of us. You don't have to measure them, because they're going that fast that you lose track of the measuring system. And you often hear people comment, wow, the days are going quick now, aren't they? It's because they are. Because eternity in measured time is a long time. But eternity to you as an eternal being is normal. And the normal is fast. Everything is instantaneous. Everything you love about everyone comes to you all at once. And the flies keep trying to chew your ear. But at the same time, they allow you to move in another direction. The direction we're going in today is one that has no explanation, except that we're going way past even the picture we had of eternity, way past even the picture that we're given to look forward to, because we passed it. And we went way past just by having a chat. And we don't have to look back. And we don't have to see anything ahead. We're in the endless world that has everything and keeps delivering it. Keeps delivering it no matter which way you're looking or how you do anything. Maintains your balance no matter what you do. And it brings to your aid everything. Not that you need, because you're past need. You have everything. It creates itself because of you. And in that state, you're bright-eyed, you're able to attack anything, And your ability oozes out of you and shows to everyone, even though you don't have to do it to prove it. People know your ability just by looking at you. And so your life is not made up of a continuous string of proof, of demonstration, of achievement, because all that is oozing out from your whole system while you stand there. So you'll see the only tools you need is actually you and your ability to do the impossible and smile about it. To be able to see a difficulty and make it disappear. And it disappears by coming into your field and being placed where it's supposed to go. You don't have to reject anything. But if it's not going to fit in your field, it will reject itself. It's like a magnet. When the poles are opposite, they don't run into one another. When they're the same, I mean. When they're opposite, they're opposing, they run into one another. If that happens, something has to disintegrate. But I can assure you, it happens outside of your field before you even are aware of it. Because the gentleness of your being is such that it won't have anything created that's anything like the distortion that has happened in the past. It won't allow it to happen because there's never a time when anything is repeated in the universe. You can't grow a tomato exactly the same as you did last year. You can't grow 2 tomatoes the same size. You can go close, or you can grow 1 million tomatoes and get a range that are close together. But on any one bush, in any one area, you're not going to be able to do it. They are different. Even if you've got a system that you think works, the closer you look, the more unique everything is. So the only thing that develops a consistent way of life is randomness. Continuous movement, joy and harmony come out of random. So don't do anything the same. Don't think you can repeat anything, and just do whatever you've got to do, and you'll feel that you're doing it better each time. So in closing off for this beautiful Father's Day, I'd just like to express that we're going in a slightly different direction so that we can have a slightly different feeling of how easy everything is, how easy it is to feel brilliant, and how easy it is for the energies within you to take off and just exude brilliance that I can't express. So even the fly is getting excited. So all I can do now is once again wish all the fathers happy Father's Day. And my sincere wish to everyone, once again, perfect life, perfect health, and a really magic future. Thank you.